Hello and welcome back, everyone, to a brand new Lush Life video. I'm joined here by the illustrious Mrs. Lush. I'm your host, Leon, and today we're going to be looking in 240 ways I could replace my wife if I needed to.
Can your replacement wife sit here and do this?
Probably. I mean, she's the tech. I mean, the video we're going to watch is a bit of a classic now, you know, a little over a year old.
Something that's a year old's a classic now?
I mean, in internet years, absolutely.
Okay.
1 year's like a decade and a half. The technologies on these love dolls now are probably, if I bought the nicest one, it would probably cook, clean. I don't even know. Sit here, do these videos with me. But we're going to watch a video of a guy who is obsessed with these lifelike female, we'll call them love dolls. You might call them something else. And he's got a collection over 240
What else would you
of them.
call them?
Sex doll. Right, but for this guy, like that's like low level. This guy is obsessed to the point of it being genuine, like heartfelt love. So it's not just intimacy, it's actual like relationships he shares. I think he has a wife too, which is a little counterintuitive, I feel like, for this particular thing. Yeah, this guy Bob owns over 240 love dolls, part of the My Crazy Obsession series on TLC. Let's rip.
Will introduce you to a life you have to see to believe.
We have over 240 love dolls.
They've taken a simple hobby and turned it into an all-consuming way of life.
The question I have is, we saw that they had like a casket in the beginning, it looked like.
I know.
That one of the doll was in. I'm just curious, how many real human bodies do they have in those caskets? 'Cause there's no way this couple isn't on some crazy serial killer shit.
$240. It's going to take up a good amount of space.
You gotta have a
Like,
warehouse. Like, you have to have a warehouse. That's like, that's like
big's your house?
240 plastic humans. Silicone, voluptuous, delicious plastic humans. I feel like if we watch this, the next move is to get a love doll and make a video ourselves with it. And they cost like
You
thousands.
already have one.
They cost like, no, I broke it. It blew up. Yeah, old Bessie rest in peace, old Bessie.
Bessie.
I called her that once. I forget what we called her.
It's Maxine.
Oh, Maxine was the
I
name?
named her.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Madley, Herefordshire, England. Sounds like a place hobbits live. So he looks like he's a mechanic. Or this is just a shop for his dolls.
This is Bob Gibbons. This is his wife, Lizzie. And they have the largest love doll collection in the world.
And the largest collection of decomposing bodies undiscovered in the world.
This is really confusing.
How is this confusing? Look at, she's playing the drums. This is the beauty of the internet. There's just things you would never think going like that even it could be in existence or people. And they're wonderfully documented by places like TLC.
I guess, you know, my question is this his thing and she's just kind of going with the flow, or is she in on it too? Like,
Listen, if you get to the 240 body count of love dolls, it's got to be a their thing. All right, there's no thing. Otherwise, she'd have been long gone around doll number 4 or 5.
We have over 240 love dolls. That includes the blow-up variety as well as the solid dolls and the silicone ones.
These silicone dolls are also known as sex dolls.
Hey.
And they're part of the estimated $15 billion sex toy industry.
Damn! I know we've been talking about a way to productize something on this channel eventually, you know? Just to give people a little behind the curtain, a lot of you guys that watch both channels, you know I do sponsorships on the main channel pretty frequently. My goal with this channel is to just keep it sponsor free, to eventually create a product of value. A lot of people do merch and stuff like that, but I want to take it a next step, and I feel like $18 billion sex toy industry. Can we make a Leon Lush sex doll, please? That's what people want. They're not worried. Can we do a... Can we... Flashlight!
Oh my...
Sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta stop.
I've never made love or had sex with a doll at all. That's not what I do.
Bullshit! You're telling me your wife's out going to groceries, you never just were curious what it felt like to drop it in a silicone doll real quick with 300 of them lying around your house? I love that, like, this is the shot they use to preface him saying he's never like, sexually experimented with the dolls as he pries its mouth open.
As I collect dolls, that's my thing.
Dolls can cost upwards of $4,500.
What?
That price includes the lingerie, instructions, and a flower that represents
it comes
the
with
doll's
instructions,
virginity.
all right. How do you clean it? That's what I want to know.
Can we get a set of instructions for these? There's gotta be like a receptacle or something, or you just gotta...
Hose it down.
150,000.
He's dropped 150 racks into these.
On an acre of farmland in the British countryside.
Where else would you have a sex doll collection like this?
Leon Lush, I feel like you're having this like calculation in your brain. If you invested that $150,000 in crypto today, in 20 years you could have... That's where your brain's going, because you're like, what?
Yeah, in case
Someone
any of you were
dropped a
wondering,
bunch of money on sex dolls?
when you could
be spending it
you
on
could be
crypto?
buying decentralized finance. Yeah, all right. Clearly, you guys get a little glimpse of what I talk about all the time, and she's just like, shut up.
Bob and Lizzie keep them everywhere. in
Holy
the living
crap.
room, kitchen, and a dozen in the spare bedroom. They also found an unusual storage method that is affordable, safe, and easy to use.
Prop her head up. Coffins. I was buying coffins more affordable than just leaving them open in a room somewhere. That makes no sense. And it's even creepier. Like, you couldn't, the only way you could get creepier is to store these things in coffins.
But Bob doesn't only collect and store the dolls, he lives with them. And although many women might
for
regard
fuck's
these
sake.
sex
Okay, that's just that puts it over the edge for me.
That was it? When he starts slow dancing with it?
I'd rather him be like, yeah, I like to have sex with these things than slow dance in your bedroom or living room with it.
Lizzie, his wife, sees them as a relationship saver.
What?
The dolls are a way for Bob and I to spend time together. We didn't do anything much together before we had the dolls. It changed a lot once we got the dolls. Thank you.
All right.
Do they pour her a cup
I
of
think
tea?
this is right up our alley, hon. It's like, how many times we're like, man, what is there to do? Especially during the pandemic when we couldn't like go out to eat.
Oh yeah, I think that all the time now that I have a kid. What can I be doing with myself
It's
right
just
now?
like, man, there's just nothing to do. This could be the type of thing we could get into to finally spend some time together. Nope. Don't knock it till you rock it. That's all I'm saying.
Drink your tea and eat your biscuit, Mayfie.
Or you'll have to go to bed without supper. I like to have a chat with the dolls, and I say to them, "You're very naughty."
Maintaining their doll collection requires lots of TLC. It takes about an hour to clean each doll with a
Stop.
mixture of mild soap and warm water so as not to dry out the silicone. Although each doll comes with its own hair,
Eyes are a little exaggerated. Ah!
Bob has purchased many extras because about once a week he likes to give them a facelift.
I quite like the ones with the bigger eyes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the next thing is put the wig on.
More anime style, baby. Let's go.
There is one special blonde, Jessica,
Okay.
a German-engineered doll that Bob paid.
Do you think they have kids?
It's more of a used to have children thing until they excommunicated themselves.
Okay, and then the next thing is how much you bet she sleeps in the bed at night.
Do you think Jessica sleeps with Bob and Lizzie? Let's find out. I'm excited. She's no slouch, though. She's got the high stockings on. Clearly a nice set of D's, maybe doubles.
Those are
Long
more than
blonde hair.
that.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
You'd know better than I would.
That Bob paid $11,000 for.
She was a very expensive doll. She weighs around about 110 pounds.
Just what
Has
a guy
an
wants.
internal heating system that can raise her temperature to a hot-blooded 99.5 degrees.
Let's
Which
go.
unfortunately increases her weight.
No way that one single guy is going to pick her up. You know, it's a two-man thing.
I wonder why you would want an internal temperature system for a love doll. To keep you warm in bed at night, of course. To preheat the covers.
For Bob, it all started when he was a kid.
I had teddy bears, and I still got my teddy bear now. You know, dolls were around, and different dolls had different expressions, and, you know, I liked that. Just had a fascination with it. Thought, well, wonder what it would be like to have one. And looked on the internet, saw a second-hand doll.
I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. I can see it now. Classic Bob's got to get a real good look at it. Looks like he's on, I don't know what that looks like, 4chan or something. What is that browser, too? Bob looks like he's living in the
On the dark web.
2000. Yeah, he's on tour right now.
Bob is still on the lookout for new and slightly used dolls with fresh faces and interesting expressions.
Listen, when you have an addiction like this, nothing gets the dopamine pumping like a brand new silicone doll. It's like anything. The newness wears off, and you gotta buy a new one to get that fix. And the cycle goes on. Next thing you know, you're married with 240 love dolls in your little English Herefordshire flat.
He recently found one of his favorite brands of doll listed online for sale by a private owner.
Bob Gibbons, been looking at one of the dolls that you've got advertised.
You know, everyone he calls like, "Hey, Bobby, good to see you.
Bob,
How are the
much you got to
kids?"
spend this week?
Yeah, haven't heard from you in a month. I was getting worried.
Used sex dolls can be bought.
Looking at one of the dolls that you've got advertised.
Most used sex dolls can be bought at a discount for obvious reasons.
Is she a virgin? Has she ever been used for sex at all? Or yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, what do you think, Bob? You think everyone's
Just
like you,
assume,
that
yeah, if
everyone
it's
just
used,
buys
it's
these dolls
used.
and lets them sit around their house in coffins?
I'm still not buying it with
Did you
him.
just ask if she was a virgin? I cannot. You know, the second these dolls get their cherry popped, it's like the value goes down like 70%.
That's what they were saying for
Yeah.
obvious reasons.
Yeah, Bob loves sloppy seconds, so look at the man. You know what? I bet Bob is more into the virgin thing, but I bet Lizzie loves the horse. That's what I'm thinking. That's the vibe I get from her.
Oh, really?
Remember she said does.
naughty.
She likes to talk to the dolls, call them naughty.
I bet she knows which ones are naughty and which ones are innocent.
You're very naughty.
And based on the owner's description, Bob's thinking this could be a real steal. If the doll was still a virgin, it could be worth nearly $6,500. Since the owner guarantees that she's been used sparingly, Bob negotiates to pay only $4,600.
What a
Shipping,
steal!
clothes and the extra set of eyes.
Although these negotiations can be sensitive and purchases of this type are mostly kept private,
Unless you're on TLC on purpose. I'm curious. I wish they would just put in like, where does Bob get his money from?
I'm dying to
You know,
know.
how is Bob able to
Dying
just
to
part
know.
with?
That's a real expensive habit right
Is
there.
Bob willing to part with $5,000 for a love doll
Right?
worth $150,000 for the collection? Not many people that are upper class could part with that kind of money for these types of luxuries.
Bob and Lizzie are not shy about bringing the dolls out of the house.
Ellie, put your seatbelt on.
You should be.
I was gonna say, well, there's your first mistake.
We take them in the car, people look and think, oh, are they real or not? It's quite a bit of fun, really, seeing the reaction of people.
Today, they're taking Justine out for a jaunt in her naughty police girl outfit. They know the perfect backdrop to take a few pictures, the local police station.
Hey.
Here we are.
Bob, a professional mechanic and welder,
There we go. So that was his shop, professional mechanic and welder.
All right, that still doesn't explain his fortune.
You can make pretty good money as a mechanic, and welding actually is
All
a
right.
very high-paying job. Listen, he's at the age now where he's probably been saving for a long time. He'd live in a $150,000 flat in the middle of nowhere. Like, their expenses are probably zero.
designed and built a special steel stand to allow Justine to go on patrol.
See, this is the perfect complement trade. You can weld your own stands for your dolls so you can do photo shoots in front of the police station. This is brilliant. Like, you had an accountant out here, he wouldn't know how to set up a doll in front of the police station.
Smile, Justine. Hello, guys.
You can't do this here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Cheers. Bye.
That was a quick interaction. Apparently, one of the few things on the show that wasn't planned or scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah,
You can't do
you gotta
that.
bounce, creep. You fucking weirdo, get out of here.
Is she a virgin? Has she ever been used for sex at all, or
Guess if he's not gonna use it for sex, then it doesn't matter as much.
That's what I mean. So he doesn't care. He probably wants to find the deflowered dolls because you can get them at a discount, and he's not worried about
So gross.
getting somebody else's business on his own business.
These two aren't exactly in tip-top shape, and these things are clearly very heavy. Gotta start lifting some weights, guys.
I mean, what do you think they're doing right now? It's a 150-pound barbell in a
Yeah,
box
they're both
right
breaking
there.
their spines right now is what they're doing. Look at their posture and like the way they're
form-
carrying it. They're
the
like
form is-
crunched over.
I mean, if Bob lasts another
Bob has
5
scoliosis
years
now.
without a spinal injury, I would be impressed.
Oh my God, she's really
Oh,
good.
yes, lovely.
Yeah, just like the guy said.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Bob and Lizzie follow a strict routine
Oh,
whenever they
dear.
acquire.
Okay. Nope.
Bob's missing his front
Oh,
teeth.
no.
Now we know where all the money savings come from. It's the
Aw, you
dental
don't go to
bill.
the-
Then wash her thoroughly from neck. Submerging in water can rust parts
You're
of
gonna
the
watch her
doll's
from the
skeletal
neck
system.
down? What about the
So,
mouth?
Bob prefers to give them a full body sponge bath.
Now, if they're used regularly, they really need a bath every time you use them.
I bet they do.
Then rub talcum powder all over her body to make the silicone feel more like real skin. Bob and Lizzie have just 2 more things to do. They must find a space, and then finally, to welcome her into the family, name her.
Lovely.
Oh, dear. Okay.
I mean, what
gonna
should we
call
call her?
her?
I don't know. What do you think about
Oh.
Anna Marie?
Anna Marie?
Yeah. We haven't got a doll called Anna Marie, have we?
No.
Okay. Oh, that's really good, and I'm really
Yeah.
pleased.
Oh, that was that was so
Okay.
awkward. Like, settle on Anna Marie. He's pumped because he's like, I can't believe it. My new doll. She's beautiful. She's clean. Her wig is fresh. Now I'm very excited. He goes in for the hug and kiss, thinking it's a celebration, and she just.
Okay. Oh, that's really good, and I'm
And then
really-
he's like, nope. But then he goes in and gets one.
I never in a million years thought really that we would probably have 240 love dolls. No, I didn't.
Not something you can plan for. It just happens. The fact that they did nothing together until they got these love dolls is incredibly sad. That's what I was just saying. Oh my God, he makes his wife sit in the back while the doll sits in front.
The wife's probably happy to do so.
That might have been the producer's idea, right? No, probably not, because like the whole reason they did it is they want the attention
Yeah,
for bringing
she
this
said
fake
that.
doll out everywhere. God, that must be a sad existence.
Claims he doesn't use them. 10 minutes later. Says you need to bathe them every time you use them.
Proceeds to bathe dolls incessantly. And caught capping. Let's go. Well, now you know, sweetheart. that you can't just get complacent in this relationship because there's 240 possibly virgin love dolls that could easily replace you.
Are you emailing him to see if you can
Yeah.
inherit them when he dies?
Hey, Bobby, it's your boy Leon here. Curious about your dolls, the ones that haven't been deflowered. Also, if I could get a discount, I'm worried. I'm also interested in the lightly used ones as well. Ideally, though, you would be okay with this and we could just get a bunch and take care of them together.
No.
Drive around, go to like VidCon. We could maybe do some meetups with the dolls.
Oh, I'd rather you continue with your video game addiction as your hobby.
Okay, fair enough.
If anything, this helped you because
Class.
I just gave you the green light.
Yeah. Now you know that just being addicted to video games isn't as bad
It's
as
not.
other addictions you could have. There's worse things out there, folks. Appreciate you guys for watching along. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video. Deuces.